Hello, Urban Sketchers. It's so good to see you all again. And I'm already seeing all the list of names as usual. It is so awesome to see everyone tuning in from all over the world. If this is your first time watching, this is USkTalks. Welcome and thank you for tuning in. We've got an exciting show for you as always, and we've got fun stuff this time today. This episode's the first time that we're ever giving prizes away live. So I hope you guys are all ready for a good time. It'll be really fascinating to see how this is going to go. Let's see, who do we have? Anne-Marie Armstrong, hello. In Albuquerque, Allison Hall, Ontario, Audrey Tan, hi. Some more people from Italy. Oh, David Bell from Italy, hello. Francois, you've been tuning in from the Reunion Islands lots of times, so good to see you. Elisa, hi. Elisa was our guest last week. We also have Simone from Italy, Helen, lots of people from Toronto. Hi again, Di, Cape Town. Okay, so we've got so many people coming in from all over the world. And this is, again, if you've just tuned in, this is USkTalks. We're connecting sketches around the world, couch to couch, screen to screen. Okay, my question for you today is, check out your kits. How many of you have a pencil in it? Now, if you've checked the promos for the show today, you know we're talking about a passion for pencils. And I was just thinking, in preparation for the show, I mean, this is such a humble tool, right? And I was just thinking about how pencils actually unite everyone. I mean, can you think of a single person whom you've met or you know who has never used a pencil? And I simply cannot think of one. As soon as you're old enough, through school, no matter what country you're from, you've used a pencil. So let's type in. I want to see the comments. How many of you have pencils in your kit? Whatever kind of pencil. Doesn't matter what kind of pencil. If you've got a pencil in your kit, let me know. Bonus points if you tell me what kind of pencil. Oh, hi again, Shari. Good to see you. Oh, Anne-Marie saying she's got many, many pencils. Yes, indeed. I've got mine as well. This is my old analog kit. I keep it very sentimentally. I have this pencil now, but we're not talking about those today. We're talking about these. So tell me how many you've got. Okay, we've got all kinds of pencils. Okay, very cool. So today, we welcome our episode sponsor. We've got Cretacolor coming in from Austria. So I'm going to invite now a head honcho from Cretacolor to join me. Hello, everybody. Welcome,
hi,
Michael, all the way from Vienna. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Rob.
So good to have you here. First, thank you very much for sponsoring this episode and for bringing us a little closer to understanding the process of making pencils, because I mean everyone I'm looking at the comments now. Everyone's got pencils in their kit, but how many of you have actually given thought to how these are made? So today we'll find out in an extremely fun way. So Michael, can you just hold up the kit before we get into the details? A little teaser, just a little something to show our audience. Oh, so there we go.
This will be our prize.
This is our prize today from Cretacolor, and we have several. So hang on, everyone. Okay, Virginia, hi from LA. She's saying that she loves the monolith from Cretacolor.
It's a very good product.
Yes, and you have such a range. I remember going through symposiums and seeing your table, and you're having all the pencils out as well. So this is something. Oh, I can see people are getting very, very excited. Okay, so
that's good to hear.
And
it is exciting, and it's very fascinating how much work goes into such a single piece of pencil. So you will see, and I think you will be stunned actually how much work it is.
How long ago, Michael, did you see the process yourself the first time?
It was in my first week when I started almost 4 years ago with the company. And wow. I was stunned because I've never seen this before. I mean, in Austria, since we produce locally, we have kindergartens and school classes who come visit us for the pencil production tour. Obviously not now during COVID, but in general, this is very much possible. And the kids are fascinated by all this, of course.
Oh, I can only imagine. I mean, it is really cool. And I'm looking forward to sharing the process with everyone. So it's going to be very interesting. I can see from the comments as well. Okay, people are getting going and talking about it. All right. So everyone, we would like to share with you the details of Michael. So this is his email at, this is for the
this is an Instagram account.
Cretacolor. Yeah.
That's correct.
Instagram for Cretacolor Austria. So Michael, can you tell us a little bit about your product range as we show this lovely little video?
Sure. So we'll go through it in the video anyway, so let me explain while it's running. This is our newest edition, the Mega Color. It's a mega pencil, a permanent one, which you can use beautifully on large surfaces especially. I have one drawing behind me. Then, of course, our most famous graphite pencil, which will also be featured in the video later. Here we have the Nero, which was already mentioned in the chat. So charcoal and graphite is really our core. This is the Drawing 101 set. It's basically put together for starters. It has all the tools you need for beginners, for really getting off with pencils. I was too quick. This is the Wolf, so also drawn by charcoal, but mixed in with some pastel pencils. The Aqua Brick is pure pigment, basically. You can watercolor it, you can airbrush it, you can do anything. That's a new watercolor graphite, a graphite pencil which has hidden color pigments in it. So you can really do a lot. That's our newest development, so to say. And much, much more. I mean, we have pastel pencils, we have pastel sticks. We also have other kinds of material than pencil. And we're really doing a lot in that range, especially with graphite and charcoal, which is our core field, I'd say.
Sorry, you're saying that's your core, right? The graphite
Yes.
and the charcoal. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Well, it is a fascinating process. You've got so many interesting products, and I can see from the comments also that there are several sketchers who use your tools. And people are saying that would be, like Alexandra is saying, that would be the best school trip ever to go to the facility. Is it possible, like for our sketchers in Europe, of course, when the pandemic is over and all that,
Yes.
Is it possible for them to contact Cretacolor to arrange a sketcher tour or something like that?
We can certainly arrange that. I mean, we do not offer it to individuals. It's not like a museum where you can just enter. But I'm sure since we're closely working together with the Urban Sketchers in Vienna, we can for sure organize a tour. And I hope it will happen soon, actually. Please come.
That would be incredibly awesome. Okay, let's take a quick look again at the slide. So you can give us a sense of history. I mean, the Cretacolor has been around a little while, and you have roots that go back a long way. So tell us a little bit about that.
So I will keep this very brief. I don't want to bore people, but our name is Brevillier's Cretacolor, and the guy you see in the photo of 1863, that's Carl Brevillier. He was an industrialist who founded a pencil factory, the Zues pencil factory, like the Greek mythology, and that's the knowledge we draw back to. So the knowledge of graphite production we have today goes back to 1863. Now, over the years, in the 1970s, the current factory where we work and where I work from was founded. And in 1996, it was acquired by Mr. Hans Wolfgang Hromakta, who is our current owner. And that's how the slogan actually comes to be, a passion for pencil, because he is a collector of graphite pencils. He has a private collection with 35,000 pencils at home. He goes to flea markets, he collects them. He has the philosophy that a pencil is a tool that will last for centuries and it will never dry out, it will always work, and you will always find him with a pencil in his jacket pocket. So wow. That's why he acquired a pencil factory and how the brand comes to be.
Okay.
That would be the history in short.
Oh, well, that was really very, very nicely done, succinct history lesson. Okay, so I know that you have also worked with the Urban Sketchers in Vienna to come up with this special set. So I'd like to bring on the screen now to join us, also from Urban Sketchers Vienna, Sandra. Hello, Sandra.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Sandra.
Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, it's so good to have you. And I'm just going to change the screens a little bit. So I just wanted to show everybody that spring is on the way. So I think that's a good thing. I can see everybody's so excited. We have lots to look forward to as the weather improves, and that means going out to draw. Okay, so Michael, can you tell us how this particular set that you're going to give away today, how that came about?
Certainly. So as you know, Rob, we've been working together with the Urban Sketchers for a long, long time. We've been sponsoring symposiums for a couple of years now. Maybe some of you have seen me in Amsterdam. I was present there with my colleague, Reka. And we love the community. And since our core field is sketching and drawing, we said, okay, we should do more together with the Urban Sketchers. And we want a set specifically for that purpose. And rather than just putting together some material by ourselves, we invited Sandra and the Urban Sketchers Vienna to join together for a session. So we met at a cafe, just as Urban Sketchers do. And we brought a ton of material and let them draw and sketch for about 2 hours. And afterwards, we asked for feedback and said, okay, which material do you want to have combined in one set? And that's basically how this set has been put together. They also made recommendations for things that are really important for the process, but we don't offer. So we tried to include it as well, such black fine liners. But of course, our core field is pencils, so we focused on pencils in general. And that's how the set was put together at the end. Also, the box design itself, I can try to show it one more time, but it's a bit too bright here.
Okay.
So that's a real urban sketch from Karlskirche in Vienna, Karl's Church. We made it a competition for the box design. So we said, okay, Urban Sketchers Vienna, please sketch whatever you think would be good on this box. And we choose a winner, and the winner will have his or her sketch on the box. And it was lastly an amateur artist called Karen Brouwer. And we liked this so much that we put it on the box. And that's so even the packaging design was developed together with the Urban Sketchers there.
That is so cool. I think it's awesome. Don't you think so, Sandra, that a manufacturer of tools that sketchers love, I mean, they talk to you and then they come up with a final product.
Yeah, because they actually approached us. So I think I asked like 15 people. It was, we got together in the coffee shop and it's difficult to meet everybody's needs. So I think it's a good mixture now of some pencils and some fine liners, some colors, a water tank pencil as well. So I think it's a good basic set, and then you can just try different materials and then find out what you feel most comfortable with and just get some more.
Well, speaking of that set, let's pull up this slide. So for those of you who'd like to check out, this is Sandra's Instagram account, Sandfarb, and this is what the set looks like. This is what you get in the set. So it's very carefully curated set. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's inside and some of the Cretacolor products that you've got in there for the sketches?
I'll go through it left through right, I guess, so that everybody can follow. So we have graphite pencils, of course, in different degrees, so everybody can find what he or she likes. Then we have one of our famous monolith, which already was mentioned in the chat. It's a woodless pencil, so it's basically only the lead. You can use the full pencil. Even when you sharpen it, you can use the shavings to create effects, to smudge. A watercolor graphite pencil, then 3 watercolor pencils in base colors. You can mix and blend basically all colors out of it. Then we included 2 fine liners, which are calligraphy markers. So you could either use them as, well, fiber tip pen or for calligraphy effects, for some writings, for signing. Of course, a famous narrow pencil, which is an oil-based charcoal pencil. We tried to keep it oil-based because most of you draw in sketchbooks and you don't want dry materials and smudgy. So we focused on oil-based and permanent material. Then we have our natural colors, so white chalk, sanguine, sepia, and the water tank pencil Sandra just mentioned. Of course, some accessories, sharpener, eraser, and the little cap is for protecting the monolith. And for the things we didn't produce ourselves, we partnered with Molotov. So we included 2 black liners in 2 different sizes and 1 opaque white acrylic marker to cover over things in case you made errors or whatever.
I think the first thing that strikes me is how thoughtful this whole set is. And looking at the comments, I can see that everybody's thinking that as well. It's got such a great range, and you've really given everything so much thought. So Sandra...
Couldn't have done it without the urban sketches in Vienna, I must say.
Win-win situation.
Win-win. Absolutely. And I love this particular conversation we're having because, like, for those of you in the audience, if you've been to a symposium, you know what it's like to walk around all sponsorship booths and so exciting. But this is like an opportunity for us to really, really have a deep conversation with you and talk to you about all these cool things like what tools are good, what tools are handy, and for what purpose. So thank you for this opportunity. Okay, Sandra, I'm going to ask you, pulling up this kit again, we're going to show in a minute now, we're going to show Sandra doing a little demo, and she's going to do a narration. So she'll show you her process when she's sketching. Which tools in this set are you showing in that demo, Sandra?
These ones, like in the center, like I used a narrow, a medium, and extra soft. And I used, I have to look, sepia light, dark, and the sanguine oil.
Full screen so that everyone can see that.
Yeah, I used these ones for the demo.
Okay.
Because I thought it fitted as perfectly as well with my motif for the place that I chose with the wine cellars. So I thought the colors would be nice for this drawing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, let's get to it. Let's show the demo, and you can tell us where you've drawn and what your process is like.
I don't know how many of you have already heard my story, but I broke my leg in December. So I chose to stay with my mom in January and February. So that's why I'm actually not in the city of Vienna, but just a little bit outside of it. It's like 20 minutes by car, and it's a very small village. So when Michael called me if I wanted to join the show, I was thinking a lot about this small, nice place with the wine cellar. So it might be romantic to draw there. And we caught a sunny day, actually. So about like my process with pencils, as I said, I like to go for reduced color palette. So first I do some raw shapes, or like how I want to put the composition with the broad side of the pencil, which is really nice when you use pencils. And then I go for more details and the thing that I actually want to focus on, which was the tree in this drawing. So then I jump from lighter to darker colors, and yeah, I come back and forth to the scene. So I know where I want to put the focus on in the drawing. And then just for the background, I just leave it like fading out. You know, I just leave the sketch, which you will see after all. And yeah, like here for the bricks, it's nice to use pencils because you can also use the broadside to make some texture, which is really, really nice. So yeah, that's actually one thing that I like about drawing with pencils, that you can put a lot of texture. So like with watercolor, it's mostly, or you have to work more on it to put some texture. But with the pencils, you can choose the way you draw. So you can put more layers on top of each other to make it more dense, or you just leave it loose, like I did with the third cellar that you see in the back there. So, yeah.
Which among these tools are your favorite?
In the set, you mean?
Yes. Yeah.
I couldn't say it actually, because it's like I have some different phases from time to time. Sometimes I really love to draw with fine liners and use watercolors, which you can also do with the merino. They are water soluble colored pencils. So sometimes I like to use that. Now, since October, I'm actually having like a few months going on where I just focus on drawing with pencils. So it's really on my mood, and it's like, I don't know, some influences. When you see people, how they draw, you take some influence from them and put it into your own drawing. So yeah. Oh, and one thing I want to mention as well is that I used narrow medium and the one extra soft. So you can see now that first I used just a medium because it's a little bit harder. I mean how do you say that?
Strong lead.
Yeah, it's not as soft as the other one. So when I focus on contrast of the drawing, I use the soft one because you can go really dark. So that's what I did at the tree. You can see that. So it's actually good to have different types of pencils as well.
Yeah, it looks like it's very, very versatile. I can see you like sketching on the side to get the bricks and the effect there. And okay, so those are the wine cellars, and that's your finished piece. Very cool. Okay, and just with those 5 pencils. Okay.
Yeah, you could go to 4 as well, I think. And I think it's more charming to use less colors than using everything that you have in the set because I don't know, it makes it more attractive for me, I would say.
Yeah, and I can see how going with this limited color palette and just a sketchbook, it's so easy to carry around with you. You have the sketchbooks, it's really light, you've got the pencils, anywhere you want, you can set up, broken leg or not.
That's true. My broken leg doesn't keep me from drawing. So.
Okay. Sit like a true sketcher. Okay.
Yeah. I would like to show you just another drawing that I did with other, like this one.
Okay, let me pull you up so that we can see.
Okay, the sun is coming. I hope you can still see. I used only the fine liner and the 3 colored pencils. So I just mixed all the colors together.
Right.
So you can actually receive a totally different color palette using different pencils.
All from that kit. Okay, that is awesome. Well,
that's why we chose the 3 base colors, because you can blend any color out of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much for that demo, Sandra, and for talking us through that. We'll see Sandra again in a little bit later on in the show. So stick around, Sandra. We'll catch you soon. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Right, Michael. So we've got exciting stuff coming up.
Yes.
Perhaps you'd like, I can see in the comments that people are already very excited about this urban sketching set. I saw Yara Lucas saying like, after this live, I will rush out to buy this set. And then your teammate said, well, hang around, maybe you will win one. So tell us about this contest and how what you'd like the audience to do.
Sure. So basically what we wanted to do was a virtual factory tour. So we will be going through the whole pencil production process by videos, and I will explain it a bit. And we didn't want to make it too boring. So we said, okay, we will show an image of each step of the pencil production first. You can take a guess what it is. And my colleague, who is live with the Cretacolor YouTube account, will name the winner, whoever guesses it first correctly. And well, all you then have to do is basically send us an email to an email address you will receive in the chat with your details, and we will send you the set if you won. There's only one simple rule. If you have won once, please let others also have the chance to win. We don't want to be sending 10 sets to one person who has been in the pencil factory before. That would be, that's not the idea.
That's very fair. And did you hear that, people? 10 sets. That's a lot of urban sketching sets out there.
Maybe some bonus questions.
Oh, maybe some bonus questions as well. So hang on tight. I think what everybody needs to do is keep a pencil in front of you and think about it. So when you look at the photo, you have an idea, okay, what part of the pencil manufacturing process could you be looking at when you look at the images and all that? Get excited, get ready. Okay, let's pull up the first slide. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your production and let's dive into the fun stuff.
Yes, we'll keep it very short. We're the only Austrian pencil producing company. We have 2 plants, one in Hirn, which is close to Vienna, it's 45 minutes, and one in Graz, which is the second biggest city of Austria. both plants focus on different kinds of material. So in Graz, we have all the expertise for coloring pencils mainly. And in Hirn, we really have the fine art material, which means charcoal, graphite. So we try to focus it. And also, like I said, our head office is there, so I'll be there mostly if I'm not traveling, which is not possible at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, Urban Sketchers, get ready. We are on to our first question. This is the first quiz. Remember, winners will be announced live. So think about this. Look at this image and think about where in the pencil making process this particular machine is being used. So Cretacolor has agreed to be quite accommodating with your answers. Start typing. Let's see. We've got someone from the Cretacolor team who's going to check and will announce the winner live.
You're close. So far, only 3 people.
Yeah. Getting warm.
Yes. Type faster.
Okay.
Pigment processing now. Grinding. No, not really.
Think about that machine. Okay. Actually, they're getting really pretty close, Michael. What do you
Yes, they are. I think my colleague has to pick a winner.
Okay. Was it Reka? Did you say her name's Reka?
Yes.
Okay.
That is true.
Reka, you're going to be having to pull a winner. There's lots of people who look like they're really, really close there. So as Reka is working that out, who's the winner? Did you see Michael, did you see someone who said one of our viewers who you'd call the winner, as maybe Reka is like trying to find that person right now?
Yes, there are so many comments. So I'd say the very first answer was already pretty much correct by Rose Ranch Art, color mixing. Mixing graphite is also correct. So I guess I'd say the first two both won.
The first one, okay, I can't see your name. Wow, there are lots of comments.
There are lots of comments, yes.
What was the name that you saw, Michael?
So it was Rose Ranch Art.
Rose Ranch Art, okay. Rose Ranch Art.
Eileen Goldenberg.
We are declaring it live. Mixing the graphite. Oh, Eileen.
Because actually both things are being mixed there. Everything is being mixed there.
Okay, so let's take a look at the video. Rose, Eileen, I'm not sure which one of you has been declared the absolute winner, but Cretacolor will be getting in touch with you. All right, so Michael, tell us about the actual process.
Yes, so you will see a factory. You can compare it to a kitchen, basically. You have all the raw materials, like you see here. They are already grinded, so we get them in that form. They are being put together like recipes. You see it up there. They're being weighed really, really tightly according to the recipe. And then they are being filled inside these huge machines. They are mixers, blenders. Of course, every pencil type has a different mixture. And certain pencil types need different mixing machines. So there are several there. But basically all happens in that area. And so the raw material of the lead is being completely mixed in there.
Okay, there you have it. Fascinating. I've always wondered where the lead in a pencil comes from and what goes into it. Answer, and that has been answered. Okay, are we ready, Michael, for the next one?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. All right, question number 2.
Number 2.
What's this machine for? So we've gone into the mixing, we've mixed the medium. If you think about it as a kitchen, what happens next? When you've got all that lead, you mix it all up, what do you need to do next? Okay, we're getting closer. Mike Curry, we're getting closer. Getting closer. Oh, we've got a fan. Jenny, you love Cretacolor. That's very cool. All right. But what is this machine doing? Come on, let's think about it. What do you need to do after you mix everything? If you're making cookies, you've got the dough. Aha. And would we say we've got
Yes.
a winner? Yep.
I'd say we got a winner, definitely.
Okay.
And I guess we're both thinking about the same comment.
Yep. I would say I call it out, Michael. Call them out and I'll pull them up.
It's already gone. There are so many comments.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If you find it first, please go ahead.
Okay. Wow, that is really, I think it seems like this one.
Yes.
Yep. Me and Joe creating stuff, pressing the corner to form. You are right. This is the extrusion process where the lead is pressed into its form. Okay. Me and Joe creating stuff. Cretacolor will be in touch with you. All right. Talk us through the process, Michael.
So basically what we just mixed will be filled into this machine. You can see that here. The machine then presses the pigments and the materials, but it also creates a vacuum. So there is no air inside the lead, because otherwise it would fall apart, right? And the lead is being extruded, as you see here. So it's really pressed through a thin hole, depending on the diameter and shape of the lead. Here, this is, for instance, monolith, actually, which is pressed through. That's why it's a bit thicker. And at this stage, you can also see, of course, this is not solid yet. So you see, this is really just the mixed raw material pressed into the pencil shape. That's why this answer was really, really, really precise.
Okay, awesome. We're ready for the next question then. All right, so we've mixed, we've extruded. What comes next? Think about it, people. Start typing, and we're ready to go. Angie says, yes, it's bendy. That's true. And that's a very good clue. Like, think about the form just now. It was really a little bit soft. It was a little bit bendy. What has to happen next? Let's look at the answers. Okay, so many people are typing right now.
Yes.
Getting close, but nobody's hitting the nail on the head right yet. Oh, I think,
yes.
Did we see someone who was really close? Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Yep, that's right. Oh, and the question, it's going so quickly. All right, I think, yes, Cretacolor has called, your colleague has called the winner. Drying the lead, Jutta Müller. I hope I said your name right. Is that Jutta?
Jutta Müller would be the German pronunciation.
Okay, well, okay, you've got it. You've got it. People are getting really good at this. All right, as we get through, let's...
So the leads, or in that case, the monolith, is being filled into these small boxes, and they are being put inside this machine, and it heats up. Really, it's not baking, it's heating, and it's in these round shapes because it keeps moving, so all the leads on all sides will be dried in the same way and to the same extent. Very simple part of process, actually.
That's cool. Actually, I'm having so much fun watching the process to understand how pencils are made. And looking at this right now as well, the leads look like really quite thick. Oh, but you were saying this is for the monolith, right?
This is, you can see it's a bit thicker,
right,
but the process is exactly the same. Okay. So the extruder decides the diameter, but basically the process is the same for every lead. In this case, you see it's really thick. So this is our monolith, which I have here.
The monolith.
It's a woodlet pencil. It's a pure lead.
I remember. Just let's hold that up. Hold that up so everyone can see what the monolith looks like, Michael.
That's what a monolith. That's what a monolith looks like.
Fascinating.
Exactly.
Okay, for all those people who love using graphite, that's something you're going to have fun with. Let's go. We're ready for the next question. Guess what that is? What step in the process? We've ground it, we've extruded it, we have dried it. What happens next? And you might think you know, looking at this device, but you're going to have to think a little bit deeper because the terminology is a little bit interesting. So think about that. What does this look like? Aha. Yep. You're getting warm. All you people are getting warm.
We're far away from putting the label on anything.
Okay. Yes, but things are getting closer. Let's see. Slimming the lead, adding a thin outer layer. Not quite yet.
And my colleague has picked the winner.
Okay, a winner has been selected, Simone. Simone, I saw your name earlier, Simone, from Italy. So you have won it. I cannot see because it's just going
There's so many comments.
Yeah, I can't see what Simone said, but Simone has won. Okay, let's move things along because we've got a few more prizes to win. All right. Oh, baking. Okay. So Simone got it. Baking.
Exactly. So the graphite leads are being filled in these trays, as you see, and they are really being baked here with close to 1000 degrees, depending on the lead. The important part here is that you take all the oxygen out because otherwise the graphite would burn. So if there is some air inside the oven when it's being burnt, you have basically a ceramic stick. There is no graphite left and you just have a white stick.
Wow.
That's also how you can determine the quality of pencils. When you look at graphite pencils and you see at the dip in the shop that they have white surfaces or white dots, then there was air in the oven and they have been burnt. So the graphite burned away. That's how you can determine.
Okay. Michael, didn't you say that you've got a bonus question here as well? Just looking at the picture again.
It's a guessing question, so it's a little bit hard. We cannot give any tips here.
Okay.
So I guess we give the people, I'd say, 15 seconds to guess where was closest.
Okay.
So how many leads do you think are going in that one oven?
Ooh.
How
many leads do you think will fit into that one oven? I mean, we'll show that video again so you have an idea. Look at how many fit into those little like bricks. Okay, this is getting interesting. Angie's guessing 10,000. Okay, and we've got a question as well as people are starting to guess. Ooh, those numbers are really going up. 100,000,
100,000 is...
Oh, hang on. I thought I saw... I forgot the answer to this one, but I'm sure...
we already had very close answers.
Very close answer. Okay.
Go through it.
Cool.
But I'd say the 15 seconds are over.
Okay, 15 seconds are over. All right, so...
And I saw the correct answer.
Okay. So Cretacolor said Mario. Mario, you guessed correctly. All right, Mario. 50,000 was Mario's guess. How close was he?
That is exact.
Oh, wow. Okay. Excellent. Excellent, Mario. Good job. All right.
And there was one question which you flagged, I guess.
Yes, that's right. This one, where Joy was asking whether those boxes are terracotta and what are the things on the top, the black things.
I will tell you, the boxes are something like terracotta, yes. I do not know 100% which exact material, but it's definitely stonish. And the black pieces on top, it's actually an interesting thing. This is pencil wood. So there is regular wood inserted also at the beginning of the process. And if there is some oxygen left in the oven, the wood will burn and remove the rest of the oxygen that's in there. So the wood there is being put inside the oven to actually burn. That's its intended purpose in that sense.
Wow. Okay. Fascinating. Well, thank you. Thank you for the explanation. Now we have an idea. All right, so let's go to the next question. What does this look like to all of you? Now, when I first saw this picture, I thought it looks like something in a buffet line, maybe, but it is not. So think about it.
Far from it, actually.
Yes, really, really far from it. So we've ground it, we've extruded it, we've dried it, we've baked it. What comes next in the pencil process? Think about it. Ooh, wow.
Wow, yeah.
Like we've got a winner. We've got, wow, several people in the process of talking. It sounds like we've got several people who have already picked it, called it right. So I'm going to leave it to Cretacolor. I'll leave it to Reka, who is, yes, who is calling it. Talaski1. Talaski1, I believe you said bath for pencils, which is right, bath for pencils.
That is true.
Okay, so let's look at the video and see what the process is all about.
So the leads are being, well, filled into these small cylinders. You will see it in just 1 second. It's always the same amount. And then they are being bathed. It comes very close. It's actually an impregnation process. So this is fat. It's a type of fat. And they're being soaked in there for 24 hours or more, depending on the diameter. And this, in the end, the type of fat being used will determine, for instance, whether it's a watercolor pencil, like a Marino, so whether it's actually water-soluble or permanent at the end. Of course, dry materials, such as pastels, are not being soaked in there because they are dry. So they don't need any type of waxing. So this is basically when you use a pencil where your oily stroke comes from.
Ah, well, yeah. I mean, someone just said, they never look at the pencils the same way, Alexandra. So this is what gives that, like a grease pencil, that particular feel. The fat is actually in the lead now.
It's in the lead now. So wow. I have the monolith here, and I will break it for the purpose of showing you something.
Okay, we got to see that. We got to see that.
You see the diameter.
Yeah.
And in this impregnation process, it's important that the fat goes until the very core of the lead. So it's like going to the spa, yes. And it needs to be soaked through and through.
It's a pencil onsen. For those of you who know what an onsen is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Soak and luxuriate. Okay, this is really such a fascinating process. Just type in a comment. Are you all having fun? Because I'm certainly having fun. Okay, Dora is asking, is it oil or wax? Let's see. Dora is asking, yeah. Is it oil or wax, the fat?
So there are different types being used for different types of pencils. It could be either, but it basically is fat. Fat would be the closest to come from. It's neither oil nor wax.
Okay.
But I don't know the exact 100% chemical.
Like which kind of fat?
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, well, this is fascinating. I don't think anybody thought they would learn so much about the process of making a pencil. All right, next up. What's next? We've gone through all these steps, people. Think about this process. After the soak, the pencil spa, the impregnation process. What happens next?
Spa.
And there is a clue in the photo. So think about it. And let's look at your answers. Okay, so I can see that Reka is also answering some of the questions that have popped up. All right. Okay, think about it, people. And there's actually a huge clue already in the photo. You see all the lead, then you see this big round thing.
I guess Reka will be calling a winner soon because I already saw some correct answers. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Terry Sargent Pet. So you guessed correctly. Ludi, if you have a chance, can you please pull up the answer so that we can see what it is? But yeah, we're getting close. Everyone, wrapping in wood. Okay.
That describes the process best. It's actually a combination of processes. So you have this is the pencil wood. It comes in slats. It goes through this machine where it's being notched. So there are little slices cut in. You see it here. Then the next step, some glue is being applied because we want the lead to be glued into it to stick in there. Also, it prevents the lead from breaking inside the pencil. So here you see the leads are being inserted. And then the top coming up. At this stage, we call this the pencil sandwich. So another cooking analogy, if you wish. This is also in the production called the sandwich. These sandwiches are being pushed and pressed together. And afterwards, they're just being, this is some grounding paper, some sanding paper. They're being sanded first. and then cut into individual raw pencils.
That's pretty amazing. I mean, the way those pencils are spit out into the conveyor belt, and it looks like quite a bit of force, but the graphite inside must be really, really strong because...
Exactly, yes, it does. And also this last part of the machine determines whether the pencil is round, hexagonal, triangular. Of course, there are different shapes of pencils.
Right. This is where the shaping process comes in as well. Okay. I saw someone asking just now, someone I think was a little bit confused because you were talking about a monolith just now.
Yes.
And right now we're talking about other kinds of pencils with the wood.
So basically, in these slides, in these videos, we're going to show you the whole process. But at the extrusion machine, what you saw was a monolith. So it's just, of course, the monolith, the process ended before the wood process.
Okay. All right. That answers the question. Thank you,
I hope
Joy.
so.
Next up, we're at question number 7 now. What could this possibly be? I mean, right now, looking at it, let's see how clever you all are so far. There have been lots of people who seem to know quite a bit about pencil processes. So, okay, Maurizio varnished the pencil. Some people are getting a little bit warmer. Sally saying packing. No, not quite yet. We're not ready for packing yet.
It seems, Rob, you were stuck, but now it works again.
Oh, okay. Right, so let's see. We're getting a little closer. Yes. Oh, all right. So Reka has declared Maurizio the winner. Maurizio, you guessed correctly. I thought I saw that really quickly as well. Varnishing. Okay.
So this process in pencil production language, it's actually called polishing, but it has nothing to do with polishing. It's the lacquering process or the varnishing. So basically what happens is the pencils are being filled into this machine, and then they are being lacquered. So it's a rather simple process. But I'll give you a bonus question here. How many times you think a pencil is being lacquered?
Oh, that's a good one.
A regular pencil like that.
How many times do you think a pencil like this is lacquered? Good question. All right, let's watch that video again as people try to guess. Again, let's make it 10 seconds for you to type in your responses. We'll take a couple of seconds because of the delay. There's sometimes a little bit of a lag. But
I already saw the answer, and it's going quite quickly. The answer is 5. So Reka picked the first one who chose 5 as answer.
Wow.
That's the average. Basically, if you lacquer the pencil once, maybe you can put me on full screen for just 1 second, Rob.
Sure, absolutely, yes.
So if you lacquer the pencil, you see the lacquering is not opaque yet. And that's actually why this process is called polishing, because you cannot polish the wood itself, but you have to lacquer it several times until you, in the end, reach an even and smooth surface. So that's basically why it's called polishing in our language.
Okay, makes absolute sense. Okay, very cool. And we have a little bit more to go as well. So next up.
Should be fairly easy.
Okay. The clue is in that pan that you see in front. All right, so guess, think about it. Think about it. What is that pan for? And how does it relate to those pencils? Printing? Cold. People. Cold. Curing the varnish. Cold. Labeling. No, not yet. Okay, just think about the pencil and think about the color of the pencil that you saw just now after the polishing and the lacquering. And think about pencils that you own. There is a component that comes in there. I mean, people are talking about packaging already. No, not yet. We're not quite there yet. So
we're not quite there yet, no.
Oh, so this is proving to be a tough one.
They're really cold. Yes. Painting is getting closer.
A little bit closer. Okay, so we're gonna have to rely.
Don't want to give too much hints.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Rekka is saying coloring is close, but not really. Because if coloring, like you know, it's already got a color. So you know what else? What else is happening?
I have to correct it. It's got a base color.
Oh, okay, base color, right? Okay.
Yes, here we have it.
Ah, there you go. I think it's this one, right?
Yes, that is
All
correct.
Right. Sue from the UK, you got it. Adding color to the end of the pencil. Yes. Okay, Michael.
It's basically called dipping. That's why we call it the dipping process. So the pencils are being stuck onto these trays, as you can see here. This is all done by hand, by the way. And they're being dipped into this bath of lacquering. And that's how the end of a pencil dip it starts being shaped. Of course, there are different types of dippings, colored ones, long ones, short ones, different layers, multicolored dippings. Just to show you, basically, this is the final result of this standard graphite pencil we have, our Cleos. And you see it has a small silver ring. That's not printing, actually. So what you have is the pencil after the lacquering. Then the pencil is dipped in silver once, and then dipped with gray over the silver dipping. So you receive this ring at the end. And it's the same type of process with every kind of dipping. So this orange dipped end is being dipped first silver completely to have this ring, and then dipped just a little bit less to have this ring form at the end.
Wow. I have so much appreciation for the many, many steps in the process of making a pencil. And that little bit at the end that tells you what color the lead is, you know, that's really amazing. And there's something so meditative with also watching that the pencils go into the bath.
Oh, yes.
To just get that bit of silver in. Okay, coming up, question 9. Almost at the end of the quiz now. So everybody else who hasn't won anything yet, get those gears going. Okay, we see lots of gears in here as well. What do you think? What happens next to the pencils?
Rob, I don't know if it's only me, but I can only see myself.
Oh, excuse me. There we go. Okay. So sorry about that. I was getting too excited. All right.
No problem.
What's happening here? What's happening here? Oh, I think I see a winner.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's wait until Rekka picks one winner.
Yep. Let's wait for Rekka to pick the winner. Okay. Well, we do have a winner. We do have a winner for sure. So as time is going on, I'm just going to jump to the video, Michael, so that you can tell us what is happening. Okay.
It's basically several answers were correct. So this is the machine where the sharpening happens, the stamping. So the logo is and everything you see on a pencil will be stamped on it. And at the same time, the machine also sharpens the pencil.
Wow.
It's rather easy. It's a dual process. As you can see, it's actually not sharpened, it's being sanded.
Right. That is so cool. That last shot where the pencils go from completely blunt until just within 6 inches, and then the leads appear bright and sharp. Okay. So cool. So cool. All right. So we have a winner, the Terry Terrible. You have won that one. Now on to the last question then. Everybody guess which one. This has got to be really, really quick. Let's see who gets it really quick. Ooh.
Yes, it was really quick.
Anne-Marie is saying that she needs a sharpener like the one that you've got, and it's done. Okay, yes, we do have a winner here. Okay, wow. And that brings us to the end of the quiz. Do you happen to have a bonus for this section, Michael?
Actually, not really.
Not really. Okay. Okay, that's cool. We've had lots of questions. We've got lots of winners. I hope you all had a lot of fun. Rekha just pulled up Elizabeth Stalker. You guessed correctly, and you've won the urban sketching set. So, okay, that brings us to the end of the quiz. Thank you, everybody, for joining the quiz. The show is not over yet. That was the fun part. I hope that you had fun, because if you enjoy getting prizes live on the show, we're going to talk to more sponsors about that. And we have to thank the ingenuity of Michael from Cretacolor for coming up with this particular quiz. So cool.
Didn't want to make it too boring.
Well, this is certainly a way you could do like a bonus question and ask them, see whether they remember anything or something like that, if you wanted to.
Maybe at the end.
Maybe at the end. Okay. All right. So next up, we'd like to bring someone else on board. This is an ambassador for Cretacolor, and he is a wizard with a graphite pencil.
It's
so
chalk collection.
Charcoal, excuse me. So all the way from India, we'd like to welcome Paul Tathagata. Paul, are you there? Let's see. Paul, we don't see.
Hello, everybody.
There
Hello.
you go. Okay.
Yeah. Hello. Okay.
Hi, Paul.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Yes. I'm audible. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Okay, Paul, maybe you can introduce yourself a little bit and tell us what you do.
So I would like to say that unlike all the people here, I'm not like typically focused on urban sketching. I do some of the preliminary works, like I do some preliminary sketches outdoors, and I focus or develop the artworks that you are going to see here in the studio itself. Like I put a lot of time in the studio. So yeah, so those of you who don't know me, I am a hyperrealism artist. So it focuses like the artwork you will see, it will look like photorealistic. Yeah. So I think
and you've got a demo for us as well. So thank you for putting that video together, Paul, because that's particularly fascinating. In case you didn't quite catch it, Paul's specialty is hyperrealism. So I'm going to pull your video up, Paul, so that you can tell us about your process. Okay.
So here you can see I am starting out with the the charcoal pencil. So I start with the base layer from this black box here, this thing here, and I start with the charcoal pencil. I do the base layer. After that, I do a lot of blending with this paper stamp, and then one of my favorite tools in here is a narrow pencil. So those comes in work with the narrow pencil to add all the textures and also the detailing. You can see all the skirts and all those crafted statue. So if you want to know more about this statue, I would like to say, if you want to draw this, it's currently, I think, on view at the Getty in Los Angeles. And coincidentally, this is done by one of the Austrian sculptor. His name is, I think, Franz Xavier. I think this is a statue. This was done back in 1770 or 80, somewhere in that period. And I basically choose this because of this strong expression that you can see, which sort of attracted me. So yeah, you can see the overall process. I work in layering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, your work is incredible, and I've actually seen this in the Getty. In case you missed it, audience, viewers out there, this is currently in the Getty in Los Angeles, the Getty Museum. The sculptor has actually got a series where he does all these interesting expressions. I mean, they're so lifelike. So for those of you in Los Angeles, Virginia, I see you. I think we actually saw this together, Virginia. So it's amazing. And Paul, you're saying that you use charcoal, right, for this?
I use charcoal and the narrow pencils. So the base layer is done with charcoal, and over that the narrow pencils, which doesn't smudge that much. So with the narrow, I created all the details and all the cracks on the forehead, all those things. So charcoal and narrow.
Charcoal and narrow. Maybe I'm just going to pull you up, solo you, so that we can see. Can you hold up some of your tools? And again, people, this is what Paul is known for, this super hyper realistic work. If you Google him, you'll see amazing stuff. Let's see how many of you take these out to a museum so that you can draw and do something like this. Okay, tell us about your tools, Paul.
Okay, so these are the stuff that I used for this artwork. So with the charcoal, which it smudges a lot, I create the base layer. So I apply the charcoal and I blend it with the paper stump. So after I creating the proper values and everything, the shade, if it's ideal, then I go with the narrow pencil and I add a lot of the details, the cracks on the forehead, all those, those lines, everything's because of the narrow pencil, the specialty is it doesn't smudge that much. So like the fun fact about the narrow pencil is I think it's somewhere between the graphite and the charcoal. For example, like it doesn't shine like the graphite pencil, and also it's like very dark like the charcoal pencil. So I basically use it to add the final layers of the detailings.
Well, it's fascinating to see your process. It's fascinating to see like what you can do with tools like this. So again, I was saying, for those of you who want to, this statue's in the Getty, but just think about what you can do, because these Cretacolor pencils, what's cool about them is they don't smudge as much, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
So you had some advice also for urban sketches about exactly which pencils to use when they're out and about drawing. Tell us which ones.
So I would like to say like the narrow pencil would be the perfect tool for the same reason, it doesn't smudge. For example, you might carry a monolith or something, but if you have proper packaging, then it's good to go. But otherwise, like with the monolith pencils, if you're especially drawing outdoors and you're drawing in a lot of hurry, then you can accidentally smudge it. So to avoid that, I think the narrow would be a perfect choice. So you have the 3 different grades. So you can just draw it and shade it and do the stuff that you're seeing. Exactly, that's the pencil.
That's the pencil. Okay, Michael, I'm going to solo you so everybody gets to see. That is the narrow pencil, right?
That's actually our most famous pencil. That's also why we wanted to cooperate with Paul on this, because this is important. Urban sketchers are all very often, what I've heard, reluctant to use charcoal. And with this narrow, we have an oil-based charcoal, which doesn't smudge, which you can use in sketchbook, for instance. So I can also really recommend this to urban sketching.
Okay, and just to clarify, the pronunciation that you're saying, this is the narrow pencil, but it's spelled Nero, right? Is that right?
Yes. Like
so,
the
Nero.
what was
the Roman emperor.
Roman emperor, yeah.
Yeah.
Italian god. What?
Yeah. Nero. Okay, the Nero pencil, the narrow pencil, however you pronounce it, Nero. So keep in mind and check that out, because it gives you that wonderful depth without smudging, which is crucial for urban sketches. Okay. Yes, that's right, Jackie Leonard, Nero, the Nero pencil. Okay, we're going to bring Sandra up right now to join us. Hello again, Sandra. Hi. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for sticking with us, all you viewers. I hope you're having a really good time. Now, we've learned so much about pencils. I hope that you've all had fun with that. We have one more session. We have one more section that every episode certainly has to have. So let's see. Time for our challenge for the week. Oops, I've lost my screen for a second, but it will come back. Here we go. There we go. All right. We have the USkTalks challenge for the week. And this time, what we want everyone to do is to enjoy and savor the sweetness in your life through your desserts. So before we jump into the actual challenge, I want to pull this screen up because we've arranged for everyone to show a little something. Whoa, let's go around the screen and see what we've got. Michael, what do you have there?
It's an Austrian chocolate cake with some cherries on it.
Oh, is that the, how do you pronounce it? Sasha?
It's not a Sachertorte. It's something like Schwarzwälder Kirsch.
All right. Sandra, because you're also from Vienna, what have you got there on your screen?
Apple pie or apple strudel. Do you say that in English? Yes.
Apple strudel, yes, I know.
It's homemade.
Homemade.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness, that is so cool. Paul, what are you showing us? Put it up closer to the screen so everyone can see.
So this is called Rasagulla. It's a very famous sweet in India, and it's actually originated in Bengal, where I'm from. So yeah, that's what I'm having.
Rasgulla, I remember. With it's dipped in rose-scented sugar syrup, correct?
Exactly right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
If you haven't tried it before, people, you have to try that. And just for the heck of it, also I've brought some very humble ones. They don't look as cool as the others, but this is the Hong Kong's pineapple bun, bolo bao. Very interesting. This one's called a cocktail bun. And what's fascinating is this bun, which is called the pineapple bun, has got no pineapple, and that's a cocktail bun with no cocktail. Why? I will tell you when I sketch it, and I'll post it on my Instagram. And I hope all of you as well. Sandra, sketch your strudel. Paul, draw your rasgulla. Everybody can go to their Instagram accounts and find out more. So let's go to our screen again and talk about the challenge. Michael, perhaps you'd like to tell everybody what you'd like everyone to do.
Well, of course, the theme is pencils. So we want you to use pencils and name your tools. I think that's pretty standard, meanwhile, with these challenges. And we'd like you to tell us a story about the desserts from your place, because I cannot go to Thailand, for instance, at the moment due to COVID. So I really want to see at least one drawing of mango sticky rice. But yeah, basically just draw a dessert from your home, please, and that will be the challenge.
Yes, enjoy it. Think sweet thoughts. Think about all the things that you can appreciate in life as you do this. Appreciate the pencils. Appreciate all those, especially all those winners out there who won the urban sketching set. Have a good time with that, and post. Show us what it's like when you would. Show us what you've been drawing with those things. So, Alexandra, I very much appreciate no bad jokes about Rob's buns. That's a good joke. Okay, fascinating.
Even I attempted it.
You attempted it. Thanks,
but I'm not an artist, so I guess you can do better than that.
Okay, I'm going to pull this up. I have to show you full screen. Okay, it looks like the good life, Michael.
I am no artist.
Dessert,
certainly
you have
not.
Your cigarette and you have your coffee. Very cool. Okay, so before we go, I'd just like to pull up this screen again to show everybody. I would like to thank very much our sponsor, Cretacolor from Austria. Thank you, Michael. This has been a fascinating show. You've really you brought it so much to the whole process. I mean, everyone's going to appreciate pencils after this. And we have Sandra and Paul as well. Thank you for sharing your artwork. For everyone else, the viewers, this is the Instagram accounts for all these people. So check them out. You can always go back, rewind, look at those processes again. Remember the hashtag if you're going to share the challenge. We want to see all those interesting local desserts from around the world. Okay. Passing, before we leave, Michael, do you have like a little something that you'd like to tell the audience? A little last parting bit of advice, perhaps?
Not really advice, as I do not qualify as an artist, as you can see. But I hope you do appreciate the pencil as a tool a bit more, because I think it's a very beautiful and simple tool with which you can create just a lot. I mean, if you have looked at the art of Sandra and Paul, I mean, it's just with simple pencil drawing, you can create so much. I would love to see many of you at a future symposium. And like you here with our story with the urban sketching set, if you have ideas, suggestions, you know, we are always open for that. We like to work together with artists from all around the world. I think that's what we work for, and that should be our purpose.
Couldn't say it any better. So thank you so much, Michael. Sandra and Paul, thank you again for sharing your work, for joining us on this show. We'll see you all again. And before we leave, I suppose we should do this. Do you have your mugs as well?
Well, I did it the Viennese way.
Oh, so cool. Thank you all. Okay. Remove. Thank you very much. Thank you again, Michael. We'll see you again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, urban sketchers out there, everyone, I hope you've had a good time with this show. I'm sure that you found it enlightening. I don't think there's a single person who watches this show who can look at you'll never see Apple Pencil the same way again. And for those of you who keep asking about how to collect your prize, Cretacolor asks you to send them an email. Check through the comments again. If you've missed those comments and the show has ended, you can always go back and look at the live chat so that you can get all those details. Get in touch and you'll get your urban sketching set sent to you. Okay, everybody, stay safe, be well, and keep sketching. And we will see you next week, okay, for another awesome show.